used to date Casey?
Yeah, for like 2 seconds. Before she dumped him for Steve.
I thought you dumped it for me.
I did, he's full of shit.
And are the police aware that you dated the victim?
Hey, what are you saying? That I killed her?
It would certainly improve your high school kill.
Stu was with me last night, okay?
Yeah, it was.
Was that before or after he
Sliced and diced.
Fuck you, nutcase. Where were you last night?
working? Thank you.
Oh, at the video store? I thought they fired your sorry ass.
Twice.
Scream is one of the most iconic franchises in horror history, and what better way to really appreciate a movie than to learn a few more facts that you may not have known. Without further ado, here are 10 facts that you may or may not have known about the Scream franchise.
Your ass a second, kid.
Did you really put her liver in the mailbox? Because I heard that they found her liver in the mailbox next to her spleen and her pancreas.
Randy, you goon, fucking trying to eat here.
The studio stumbled across the Ghostface mask by accident. They say good things happen when you don't expect it, and that was definitely the case for Wes Craven. The iconic mask we all know from the series was just an off-the-shelf Halloween mask, and Craven happened to come across it while in one of the houses they were location scouting. So, had Craven not went to that one house, then the killer we've grown to recognise would probably look a heck of a lot different.
Productive. Is there a problem on campus?
No, everything's under control.
Well, of course, you're here.
The studio was forced to find a new high school to film in. It was said that the high school scenes were originally meant to be shot at Santa Rosa High School in Santa Rosa, California. But the school board actually banned the production of the movie only weeks before the movie began shooting. The school board felt that the script glorified violence, so instead they had to shoot at Sonoma Community Center, southeast of Santa Rosa, California.
Take a knife and you slit him from groin to sternum.
Hey, it's called tact, you fuck rag.
Hey, Stu, didn't you used to date Casey?
Yeah, for like 2 seconds. Before she dumped him for Steve.
The producers were originally against the idea of using the Ghostface mask. The Ghostface mask is perhaps one of the most iconic masks in horror history. It's right up there with the Captain Kirk mask that John Carpenter used for Halloween, but Bob Weinstein wasn't the biggest fan of the mask. He even said that it was idiotic, although his mind was changed after watching Drew Barrymore's death scene.
They look great, don't they? Oh, I told you you could send it back.
Jesus!
What is it?
Casey!
Scream wasn't always the success it is today. Scream is undoubtedly known as one of the most successful horror franchises, with 4 films and even MTV's spin-off TV show, but it wasn't always such a success. Dimension released the movie 1 week before Christmas, so it had stiff competition. Perhaps it was all just bad timing. The movie only racked in $6 million in the opening weekend. However, over the 8 months it stayed in theatres, it grossed in a total of $170 million worldwide.
They don't know. I mean, Dewey was saying this is the worst crime they've seen in years. Even worse than... Well, it's bad.
Scream 2 is one of the first ever horror movies to have a script leaked online. With Dimension announcing its sequel to Scream, fans were excited to see what Wes Craven had cooked up for them. Now, take into account, this is all back in 1997, so the internet was most definitely a thing, but movie studios weren't really all that aware of it. The script had somehow got leaked online, and because of this, Wes Craven went on to film multiple endings to Scream 3 and told practically nobody which one he had planned to use. The role of Sidney Prescott was meant to go to someone else. It was said that the role of Sidney Prescott was originally meant to go to Drew Barrymore. As we all know, she was the girl who was killed off in the beginning of the movie. She decided to play Casey Becker, to show fans that if her character can die in the beginning of the movie, then anything crazy could happen. If Drew ended up playing Sidney, then we would have seen her in all 4 movies.
Really? What?
Oh,
Just some scary movie.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
I don't know.
You have to have a favorite. What comes to mind?
Halloween. You know, the one with the guy in the white mask who walks around and stalks babysitters?
Officer Dewey was supposed to be one of the two killers. David Arquette said that he was originally offered the role of Billy Loomis, but he later went on to play Officer Dwight Riley. He mentioned that Dewey was written down as a hunky leading man part, so maybe that's enough to convince him to do Dewey's role instead of Billy Loomis.
Muscle mass has increased my acceptance as a serious police officer.
I need your attention now, kids. Due to the recent events that have occurred, effective immediately, all classes are suspended until further notice. The Woodsboro Police Department has issued a citywide curfew beginning at 9 o'clock tonight.
Courtney Cox almost didn't get the role of Gale Weathers. We all love Courtney Cox as Gale Weathers, but before she was cast for the part, the studio actually offered the role to Brooke Shields. It was said that it was also offered to Janine Garofalo, but she turned down the role. I can't imagine anyone other than Courtney playing Gale Weathers, and that's just weird to me, as I've seen this movie 100 times over, and I feel like if someone else played Gale Weathers it wouldn't be the same, but you know, who knows, man, maybe it's just me.
Deputy, it's okay.
What brings you to these parts?
Well, you just never know when or where a story will break.
The ending of the movie actually took 21 days to finish shooting. We all remember the party scene at the end of the movie. Well, that actually took 21 days to finish shooting. It was said that the crew actually went on to make t-shirts that said, "We survived scene 118. I wonder if those shirts are for sale.
Do you mind if I join you?
Not at all.
Finally, number 1. I wanted to end this off on a special one, and unfortunately the saddest fact of all. Wes Craven passed away on August 30th, 2015, and he left behind such a mark on the horror world. From The Last House on the Left to A Nightmare on Elm Street, his work will never be forgotten. It just so happens that the last movie Wes ever created was, in fact, Scream 4, the 4th and final installment to the franchise. It released in theatres April 2011, only 4 years before his passing. Fans argue that the 4th film wasn't the best of the franchise, but it was full of all the elements that made Wes stand out as a horror director, and for that, we thank you. May you rest easy, Wes. With that being said, I have only one question for you, yes, you the viewer. What's your favourite scary movie?
Peaceful community, like the plot of some scary movie. It all began with a scream over 911 and ended in a bloodbath that has rocked the town of Woodsboro. All played out here in this peaceful farmhouse, far